everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you're doing well. I'm really excited because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my Pandora advent calendar. So it's a DIY video because basically I have so many of these boxes. I don't know about you guys, but if you're a big Pandora collector, bead collector like me, you accumulate quite a lot of boxes. And I always told myself I'm gonna do something useful with these. Well, it took quite some time actually, but it came to me that I always really wanted to do like a Pandora Christmas tree because I was inspired by Pandora Roby. I'm gonna put her name up here because every year on Instagram she does this gorgeous Christmas wreath with her Pandora bags, and I'm just like, that is so gorgeous. And I think there's someone else, it might be her as well, that does like a Pandora Christmas tree with all the Pandora bags, and I just love it. And I think that's basically what sparked this idea. And I wanted to do something like with advent calendar, counting down to Christmas with you guys. Now I always do the 24 days of tea, but I also wanted to do something that for us to find ways to give back. So in this advent calendar, there's going to be little like missions and fun ideas that we can do, whether it's buy the next person in line a cup of coffee, giving some clothes to those in need, baking cookies and giving it to the people, you know, who are on the streets, things like that. Ways that we can really give back and kind of get out of our comfort zones and really spread the love and joy of the Christmas season. Now, each day I'm going to be opening the advent calendar on my Instagram stories. Now, if you decide to participate in that day, I would love if you guys could tag me, whether it's on your stories or an Instagram post, about how that experience was for you, and to kind of share that with the community as well. Because I feel like if people kind of see you doing something that's kind of like extending some joy and some love of the Christmas season, they're gonna be inspired to do the same thing. And I know, at least for me, like the older I get, the more I see people around me getting stressed with the holidays and, you know, feeling kind of bah humbug and stuff. And I feel like this is a great way to really focus on what Christmas, the holiday season, is all about. So if that sounds exciting for you and if you want to make a Pandora advent calendar with your Pandora boxes, keep on watching. And before we get started though, grab a cup of tea. I thought it was very much suitable to have Santa's Secret from Davidstea in my new teacup I got you guys. So cheers you guys, and let's get started.
What I used for this fun DIY was a glue gun and glue sticks. However, I do recommend instead of using this to use crazy glue, because what I discovered was that I do think the crazy glue just helps things to lay more flat and nicer together. You'll also need 49 small Pandora boxes as well as one Pandora bracelet box and some countdown stickers as well as some pretty glittery stars. Before I started building my advent calendar, I made sure to have a sip of tea and to start sketching some ideas to figure out roughly how many boxes I would need, the rough layout, and kind of a plan of action. I just found this really helpful. But funnily enough, it ended up not quite working out the way I planned, which you will see in a moment. So I started gluing the boxes together, and it was looking good. Like I was getting kind of the beginning shape of, you know, the Christmas tree. And then I kind of realized my plan wasn't working because when you go to open the boxes, they don't open after a certain point because depending on the direction, you can't reach in and open the box, or then, you know, you need some space to open the lid. So I decided to start building with a new idea, which you'll see in a moment. Also, if you notice a difference in my voice, it's because I'm filming this voiceover with a cold and, well, technically probably the flu. So not the best timing to do a voiceover, but I really wanted to get this video ready before December 1st. So please excuse my cold-like voice. It's been kind of a tough week. So every time I started a new layer, I would just double check that the boxes could open where I would want them to. And I realized that the best idea was just to do the outside edges. This was the easiest way to basically to open up the boxes and not to worry about the box not being able to open. So if I just stuck to the out edges of the tree, like the little stems of the tree, it would work out perfectly. I also found it very helpful to lay out the boxes ahead of time before gluing, just to make sure I had the shape right, as well as, again, that the boxes could in fact open with that design and shape. Now, I do use a glue gun, as you can see here, but I highly recommend to use crazy glue because I think the boxes would lay a lot flatter. The glue gun is kind of like when you actually use a glue gun. It's just a little bit more like thicker consistency and it dries super fast. And you can't seem to like press down as much as you want to with the glue gun, whereas with crazy glue, it does take a little bit longer to set than a glue gun, but I think their end and finished result would look a lot better than what I ended up having. As mentioned, crazy glue does take a little bit more time to dry. I mean, it does dry relatively fast, but not as fast as a glue gun. So you do want to press hard and hold it longer than you would with a glue gun. Now at this point, I was really getting into the spirit of Christmas because I'm like, yes, there's a tree shape. And I started counting how many boxes I had and I realized, you know what? I need to get more boxes because I don't have enough days that open. So here I'm just adding some more boxes and trying to make a game plan of like, okay, how many more layers do I need? How many layers do I want? And is there any other ways I can kind of incorporate more opening boxes near the bottom? When you are gluing the boxes together, make sure that you're not gluing or closing the lid shut. You still want to be able to open the lids of the correct areas or the areas you've chosen to open. So just double check before you glue. Think twice, double check twice, just to make sure. After I had pretty much the entire shape down, I decided to reinforce the back with the glue gun. Again, crazy glue would be a lot better here. It just will look a lot more nice and clean because glue guns can kind of have like this kind of sticky rolled residue that remains even if you try to pick it off. So definitely crazy glue here I think would be very beneficial. As I was building along, I realized that I wanted to add an additional box to the top of the tree than what I had previously had. This was because I decided I wanted to add a really pretty glittery star, and I felt like to really show off the star and frame the tree nicely, it just needed that additional box right at the top. Now, as I was building, I realized that I wanted to avoid this tree being too tall, so I decided that near the bottom, I would add additional boxes on the same layer that could open for the days of the Advent calendar. Avoiding the additional layers as well also helped the tree not look as bottom heavy, which I also preferred. Continue with the idea of doubling up on boxes. I played around with a bunch of different ideas of how I could add enough boxes that open so I would have enough days for the Advent calendar because I was running out of boxes that open. So here you just see me playing around with ideas, trying to sort through ways to achieve this. I spent quite a bit of time counting boxes, double checking I had 24 days, double checking this, double checking that, opening boxes, gluing them, and I finally was able to achieve the result I wanted. And then I was ready to finally add the bracelet box, the tree trunk, to the tree, which I was really, really excited about. I decided to glue the bracelet box flat instead of upwards as I had done previously with the boxes. This was because I wanted to make sure that it was very strong and sturdy, and I didn't want to put too much pressure on it. So here you can see I'm just gluing around the edges and really making sure it's on there nice. I was so happy because I was finally making progress and it was really looking like a Christmas tree. So this is where I was getting really excited. Again, I went back to just reinforce things, pick off some glue.
Now, one thing I am gonna say is that with the little ribbons, they were super helpful. I went in to make sure I had a ribbon in each one. These serve a purpose to help you open the boxes. Now, I will say I did double up on the bottom with a set of 3. So to open one of the boxes, you will in fact need to open this one. So keep that in mind.
Now this is the evening time. I had come home after going to Michael's. I had bought the countdown stickers you previously saw, as well as some glittery stars and some crazy glue, at least some more crazy glue, and also changed my outfit. And here you're seeing me add the countdown stickers to the calendar. Now I wanted to do these out of order like a true Advent calendar. And I also wanted to go ahead and add some of the stars. So these are like ornaments to the tree. Originally I thought I might put them onto the ribbons, but I decided they actually looked a lot better if I just glued them onto the calendar itself. I used the glue gun for gluing the stars on, and in this circumstance, I actually found the glue gun to be really awesome. Now, I also realized that I wanted my star to pop more, and I had these extra stars, and I'm like, you know what, it's just not big enough and bright enough, so I went in filling it up, and then I added some more beautiful details to the top, just to really make it pop. And there you have it. This is the completed look of my Christmas tree. Now, there are some things about it that I really don't like. Most of it is just because of the glue gun. I really wish I used crazy glue. So if you are inspired to make this, use crazy glue. The message of this video. But I really do love how this turned out. I love the different colors, the silvers, the golds. I think it turned out really beautifully, and I'm so excited to create some little messages and little surprises inside this to open up with you guys as we count down to Christmas.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. I'd love to know if you plan on making a Pandora advent calendar too, because I think it'd be so much fun. I mean, if your significant other or someone wants to fill each box with a charm and then a special bracelet at the end, I think that would just be expensive, but like a really fun idea. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.